In today's world of endless degeneracy and abrasive tweets, posts, and unfiltered lives, there is something sacred about having a hidden world within you, a sanctuary untouched by public opinion. While everyone rushes to broadcast their coffee, their victories, their breakdowns, and their breakthroughs, the chosen one should understand something deeper. Not everything is meant to be public. The evil eye is very real, and someone's envy can pierce through and interfere with your blessings. You were not set apart to be loud. You weren't set apart to be boastful. Privacy is not secrecy. It is wisdom. When you keep your life private, you protect your peace. You reduce unnecessary opinions. You silence jealousy way before it starts. You prevent small seeds of doubt from being planted in fertile ground. Privacy filters out noise, distractions, projections, and spiritual interferences, while on the contrary, oversharing invites access, and access can invite influence, and not every influence is pure. A true chosen one knows that energy is real, knows that attention is currency, and knows that visibility attracts both favor and opposition. When you move quietly, you move strategically. When you guard your life, you guard your focus and your faith. When you reveal less, you observe more. As the saying goes, they cannot destroy what they don't know. Plus, privacy gives you space to grow without pressure, to fail without humiliation, to dream without sabotage, to heal without commentary. Here are 7 things God's chosen ones should never reveal to anyone. Number 1, never reveal your future plans. When God Almighty places a vision inside you, it does not feel ordinary. It feels luminous, certain, almost written before you were born. But even a divine vision requires protection. Take the story of Joseph as an example. He saw a dream of 11 stars, the sun and the moon bowing to him. It was a glimpse of elevation, a sign of future authority and honor. When he shared this dream with his father, Jacob, his father, in his wisdom, immediately gave him a warning. Do not share this vision with your brothers. Why? Because not every heart can handle your destiny. His brother's jealousy was ignited not by something Joseph had achieved, but by something he was going to become. The mere suggestion of future elevation stirred insecurity in the brothers, so that insecurity turned into a plot, and that plot led to betrayal, thrown into a well, then sold into slavery, separating him from safety and familiarity. The dream came true, but the exposure created unnecessary obstacles. There is a powerful lesson here for the chosen one. Some people are so comfortable with your current version, but may be threatened by your future one. When you reveal where you're headed before you arrive there, you may awaken envy in those who were peaceful with you yesterday. Next door to love is jealousy. It studies you, it waits you, and it plots quietly. This is why wisdom requires discretion. Your plans are like seeds. When planted in soil, they need darkness before they can handle sunlight. If you dig them up repeatedly to show others how they are growing, you disturb the process. Joseph's dream still came to pass. No jealousy, no betrayal, no well could cancel what the Almighty Creator had decreed. But the journey only became heavier because of who knew too soon. The chosen one understands timing. When the time came, Joseph did not need to convince anyone of his dream. It manifested. The same brothers who doubted him eventually stood before him in need. So, chosen one, guard your future carefully. Trust the Most High, wholeheartedly and quietly. What is written for you will reach you, but wisdom determines how smooth the journey will be. 2. Never reveal your blessings. Chosen one, imagine you planted a palm tree in the desert. When it is young and fragile, no one pays attention to it. It grows quietly. Its roots push deep beneath the sand, searching for unseen water. It survives heat, wind, and long nights of stillness. But when it begins to bear fruit, heavy, sweet, abundant fruit, everything changes. Travelers gather. Eyes notice. Hands reach. Some come to benefit. Some come to admire. Some come simply because they are hungry. And some come because they wonder why your tree is getting all this attention instead of theirs. The point here is, the tree does not announce its harvest. It does not shout about its sweetness. It simply produces. And those meant to benefit from it find it in due time. This is how the chosen one should handle their blessings. When you succeed, when doors open, when your efforts finally produce visible results, you will feel the urge to declare it, to show how far you've come, and to prove it to those that doubted you that the struggle was worth it. But in hindsight, visible success attracts invisible haters. Not every smile will be sincere. Not every compliment will be clean. Not every "I'm proud of you" comes from a genuine place. However, in the end, it's all just human nature. Some hearts wrestle with comparison. Some measure their timeline against yours. Some feel exposed by your discipline because it may reflect their stagnation. Do not hate them for it. Do not rub your achievements in their faces. This is why wisdom suggests restraint. You can, however, celebrate with inner gratitude, not performance. Rejoice, but remain grounded. Let your growth speak without constant narration. There is a quiet strength in understated success. When a crown is placed on the head of someone truly prepared, they do not tilt it forward to make sure everyone sees it. True elevation does not need constant validation. And here is another truth. The more publicly you celebrate every win, the more pressure you invite to maintain the image of constant winning. Privacy protects you from performance fatigue as well. So move like the palm tree, rooted deeply, growing steadily, and keep producing quietly. 3. Never reveal your discernment. Imagine a watchman stationed on the wall of a city at night. While the city sleeps, he remains alert. He studies the horizon. He notices small movements long before they become visible threats. A faint dust cloud in the distance. An unusual silence. A shift in the wind. He sees what others cannot, not because he is superior, but because he is positioned to observe. But here is the wisdom. A skilled watchman does not panic the city at every shadow. If he shouted at every movement, people would grow anxious, restless, and eventually stop listening. His credibility would weaken. His authority would diminish. Instead, he watches carefully. He waits for clarity. He speaks only when necessary. This is how the chosen one handles discernment. You sense changes before others do. You feel tension beneath polite smiles. You detect inconsistency behind confident words. You notice patterns early. But announcing every intuition weakens your strength. Not every insight needs immediate exposure. Not every suspicion needs verbal confirmation. Sometimes, silence allows truth to reveal itself without your interference. There is power in observation. When you warn people prematurely, they may resist you. When you expose something before it fully surfaces, you may appear dramatic or accusatory. But when you remain composed and events unfold naturally, your discernment becomes undeniable. The watchman does not need to say, "I told you so." The evidence eventually speaks. There is also another layer of wisdom here. When people know how perceptive you are, some will adjust their behavior only around you. They will mask better. They will conceal more carefully. Silence keeps you informed. When you hold your discernment quietly, you gain more data. You see who people truly are without the pressure of exposure. You allow them to reveal themselves freely, and that knowledge is protection. Discernment is not for ego. It is for navigation. You are not called to control every outcome. You are called to remain aware, to move wisely, to act when necessary, and to remain silent when patience serves you better. The strongest observers are rarely the loudest voices in the room. Guard your discernment. Let it guide you internally before you display it externally. Because the one who sees clearly does not need to prove it. They simply move accordingly. 4. Never reveal your inner struggles. Imagine a storm forming in the desert. From a distance, the sky may look calm. The sand lies still. The horizon appears peaceful. But above, unseen currents are colliding. Pressure is building. Winds are shifting. Not every storm announces itself loudly at first. In the same way, the chosen one often carries internal battles that the world cannot see, like their doubts, temptations, moments of weaknesses, etc. However, the wisdom lies here, that not every internal struggle is meant for public discussion. There is a difference between seeking counsel and broadcasting vulnerability. Some struggles require prayer, reflection, and silence before they require conversation. When you expose raw wounds to the wrong audience, they may mishandle them. Some will misunderstand your process. Some will judge you at your lowest moment. Some will define you by a temporary struggle rather than your overall character. And another thing that we need to realize is that the world is quick to label and slow to understand. The chosen one should learn to process privately before God, before speaking publicly. There are seasons where you must sit alone at night, confronting yourself honestly, admitting your weaknesses, asking for strength, correcting your intentions, wrestling quietly until clarity comes to you. This is not just isolation, it is refinement. This is why isolation is a big part of every chosen one's life. Your inner battles are only shaping you. They build discipline, humility, and spiritual depth. But if you expose every moment of struggle before it has taught you its lesson, you interrupt this refinement. So guard your inner storms until they pass. Let your growth emerge quietly, because the strongest transformations often happen when no one is watching. 5. Never reveal your boundaries. Now imagine a lighthouse standing at the edge of a violent sea. Waves crash, winds howl, ships pass. Yet the lighthouse does not chase every vessel. It does not abandon its position to rescue every sailor. It stands firm, rooted, steady, clear in purpose. Its strength is not in movement, it is in stability. The chosen one must learn this, because you are naturally empathetic. You feel deeply. You understand people's pain. You want to help, to guide, to support. But without boundaries, empathy can and will turn into exhaustion. And exhaustion dims your light. Not everyone needs access to your time. Not everyone deserves access to your energy. Not everyone is assigned to your inner circle. Some people will test your limits secretly to see you are who you say you are, to get you to break character. They will push a little more each time, waiting for you to react with annoyance or with anger. They will overstep in small ways to see if you will tolerate it too. And when you explain your boundaries too much, they study the explanation instead of respecting the limit. Boundaries are not announced to be debated. They are enforced through action, through stoicism. So do not show anger, but also do not be walked on. A gate does not argue with those who knock on it. It simply remains closed if they are not permitted entry. When you constantly justify your no, you weaken it. When you over-explain your distance, you invite negotiation. The chosen one learns that calm consistency is stronger than emotional defense. Lastly, if you pour into everyone without measure, you will have nothing left for your purpose. If you allow constant intrusion, you will lose clarity. If you stretch yourself too thin, you will begin to resent the very people you once wanted to help. So stand firm. Let your presence be strong, but your access be limited. Let your kindness remain intact, but your availability be intentional. Let your heart stay open, but your circle stay small. Because when your boundaries are strong, your light shines longer. And the chosen one's light is not meant to burn out. It is meant to endure. So stay intuitive. Stay wise, stay kind, and stay set apart.